doing now. So then,
Uh,
okay, let me explain this zone here, right? So
yeah.
obviously you understand anyway, but it's just when you rewatch again, it might help, right? So
Mm,
obviously you understand why when it pushed up here, the 1 minute flipped here
yeah.
again, basically after the Frankfurt Open, we know volume coming in then, right?
Yeah.
And after flipping, we entered there, right? Perfect. So still in keeping with our bearish bias of 4H being bearish, 15 being bearish, and this push here does not scare us because as soon as the 1 minute flipped, gave us another entry to take it down, right? And then
Mm,
obviously to answer your question, which you asked about, not your question, but to answer this here, obviously I'll put them on again. I've already explained to them. Obviously, it's just basically 1 and 2 that you need to like adhere to, which is down there,
yeah.
which in flip. And number 2 obviously is a footprint, and number 3 is the one OPs, right? 1 minute OPs. That's it. And then on the entry wise, 1 minute OP tapped. Wait for a strong new one to form, and then like this one here, we tapped into it. New one formed, came back for the one and slashed, right? And then obviously to explain the fourth one, where a candle is still bullish, but the 1 minute flips it. If it flips up here while still the candle is still bullish, there's a high chance it might close against you, right?
Mm,
Avoid those kind of things. But with this one here, you can see Frankfurt pushes it right up into the 5 pip, and the fact that we're rejecting a 5 pip zone gives you even more confidence that this is just pretty much Frankfurt grabbing liquidity. And I cannot explain liquidity more than this. This is the perfect scenario to sweep every gulag idiot that was trying to sell, including us, including us taking a sell here and being greedy, including this here taking a sell and being greedy with our stop losses, right?
mm,
Okay. And even this, even if we took this and put it on OP, our stop loss, look at that, right on the tip. How many times have been tagged out only to see it move? So
yeah.
many times, right? So now instead of panicking and going, oh, it took me out, wait, assess the situation. You go 1 candle, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes to actually understand what's just happened, right?
Mm,
So jumping in and taking buys, thinking that this momentum now is taking bullish. No, it has not changed anything yet. The thing is still bearish, right? Unless we had closed here with a 15, then we start again. Okay, 15 has closed bullish. Let's look for 1 minute OPs to drive it up, right? But
yeah.
you see whip, you see tap lower 5 pip. We're coming from a key level. What's the next target? The next key level. Keep your mind together. Wait for it. 15 flipped again. Guess what? Give us another 1 pip entry. Smash.
Mm. I've got another question. You see, wouldn't that is a sweep and cement, so wouldn't that be another confluence as well?
Here.
It just swept, yeah, it swept the high in it, so
Yeah.
swept and
Yeah. I
cemented,
mean,
so that'd be another confluence.
exactly. There you go. So if it sweeps and cemented and your stop loss was in play, guess what? Take it. But with sweep and cements, because they're risky, I want to see the 15 flipping.
Yeah. Mm,
Because from I mean this concept here, it's just that's why I don't want to call it a strategy or anything. It's just price action, right? You
mm,
can do it on the 4H candles, right? If I take everything down, right, you see the same thing happens, right? Coming up, created a high, right, with a 4H candle. Where's the low?
yeah.
The previous low is this one, right? Because that's the low which traded below a previous candle, right? From there,
Yeah.
everything is bullish. Everything bullish until up here, we make a high. This one here is a low now. Why? Because we made a high here, right? And then
Mm,
what happens? It trades below, fails to make, it forms a high. Now this is the high to break, right? And this is the low to break, right? So if I zoom in a bit more clearer, so I can draw it properly and you understand. Just this little area here, where it looks like the 4H was in hell, it was not. It made sense. We made a high, yes,
yeah.
yeah. And then the reason this low was made is because the candle created above it, yes. So now
Mm,
this becomes a low to me. If a candle closes below, we're bearish. And then this becomes a high to me. If a candle closes above there, we're bullish. But what happens? Asian gulag in the middle, try to push down, fail to close, high probability for buys again, right? If the 15 flips there, because this is 4H, remember, right? Or Now we have a new high because this candle here traded above this one, right? Okay, so now deleting all that, coming to this zone here, this is our high here, and this is our new low now, right? And you see that the high gets respected, the low doesn't close, Gulag times again, right? The 4H is still playing, right? But when the momentum comes in, right? I mean, you know what happened already, but after this candle closes strong, remember one of the conferences that I had?
The
Where
flip.
this one here, when a 4H closes with volume, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, if so, expect 15 to flip the new 4H candle for continuations, right? And this is where I explained that. So as soon as the candle close was strongness there, I mean, this was late already, right? But what happened when the 15 flipped here? Push down. So if you all this here, obviously this was news. If you missed 60 pips down, guess what? By keeping cool and waiting for 15 to flip, you would have caught a nice 25 pip. Yeah. And this is what I mean by closes strong. See that there? Close with volume, right?
Yeah.
And same thing again here. See how it closes strong volume? Wait for 15 to what? If so, expect 15 to flip the new 4H. That's expecting it, right? Doesn't mean just get in, right? Wait for it. If it doesn't flip bullish here, and I can almost guarantee you here, I mean, this was Gulag times anyway, you don't trade at that time. But as soon as this candle closed strong here, I can almost guarantee you that it did not flip the 15. So 4H, oh man, it keeps deleting my indicator, man.
Yeah, it's happened to me so many times today when I go on Trading View.
Maybe, yeah, maybe Telegram is missing about. Okay.
Yeah.
So after the 4H closed super strong, looking like it was flying to the moon, right? Any Bitcoin trader here would buy like crazy, right? What happened? Look at that. What happened there?
But
How did the 4H open up after this closed strong? It had made a high here, right?
yeah.
Made another high. What happened? Made a low, made a high, slip bearish, sells. You don't look for buys, even if this 4H has closed bullish. I mean, look at this 4H, super bullish, right? But
Yeah.
no buys. You see that?
Yeah.
That's it. No, and like I told you, as this here, see that here, we flip the bullish, right? It flipped further bullish, yes. So
Yeah.
buys are prominent here, buys are prominent here, right? But I tell you, wait for 4H to close, because here is we only go what 1, 2, 3, 15 candles for the new 4H to start. So as this candle here is so bullish, right? And there's only what 45 minutes left for it to close. Best thing is to do what?
Just wait. Yeah.
Wait for the new to close. Exactly. Because you don't know if this 4H new one is gonna either come down deeper into this candle or it's gonna do that to go. And if it does that to go, what has to happen? It has to flip close above here to then go
back. Yeah.
Right?
Go back.
And simple, right? And that's how you avoid silliness like that, right? And even if, let's say in London, see this here, which was obviously New York and London, the 15 was bullish here, right? It flipped here to go up, which is good. You could go buys here to go up, because here, see how the 4H flipped here? So 4H made a low here, made a high here, failed to break the low, but closed below here, flipped, right? As it flipped here, the 4H, the new 4H started here, right? To here. So the new 4H had just done, 45 minutes, and it flipped. Perfect. So you know, as it comes back down, there's a high chance it's already done its bottom wick, right? So if it flips it here, it's going to push and break even higher, which again, it flips again. So if you miss the buys down here, you wait for next flip, which happens there, right in the middle of 4H candle. And look at that. It never did the deeper one. It pushed up straight, right? And obviously, this must have been a Gulag day waiting for news at like maybe 3 p.m., which is probably New York Feds or something, or waiting at 1:30 for more news, right? because you see that kind of where it's weaken up and down. That's probably news. Exactly. See that? And that's the other concept as well here. If we, I don't know if we'll let us see the 1 minute here, but if it does let us see 1 minute, you will see exactly what I mean by these candles here that flip it like crazy, right? So as this candle was pushing up here to trying to break this high, you can see how the 1 minute plays and it comes back down, right? With the news, right? So having our mindset, if I bring my 15-minute candles again, because this indicator is gulagness. Okay, so 15, see that 15 closed bearish before news. The news spiked up, flipped it there. See that? The 1 minute flipped right there.
Yeah.
And boom, down. And that's how I've been catching these news candles, right? And I'll enter a trade sometimes not knowing how to explain to people. But after this 1 minute goes up, I see it come down. Because like I told you before, right? This red candle here was so bullish at some point, right? It looked like that, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But for it to retrace all the way down and close bearish, what does that happen? Does that mean?
The price is probably gonna go bearish as well.
Yes, it means the price was so bullish trying to push it, but then they brought it down to even close below. So that means it's just gonna go. And as soon as it flipped with this candle here closing below, perfectly, entry, push, right there. Key level there, you make sure you lock in some profits because you do not want to be greedy, right?
Yeah.
We know what key levels do. And look at that. As soon as you tap the key level lower, below, that retrace there would have given you a heart attack, right? And then, yeah, boom. And like I said, look at that. I rewinded there, but just by looking at 4H candles, I knew exactly what the 15 was going to do. And by looking at the 15 candle, what he had done, I knew exactly what the 1 minute had done. And this week here is news liquidity growth. Simple as I can put it, that's how news liquidity growths are. So Thursday, 6 April, if we look at that, probably the data was probably shitty or something. 6th of April. And make sure you always go through this here, yeah, because it gives you a nice confluence of news, yeah. So 6 April, 1/3. There you go. Look at that. Jobless claims right there. Jobless claims, jobless claims, weekly average ones, and the continuing jobless claims, right? So obviously to you, they all mean the same shit, right? Right? But if you look properly, what does initial mean? Start.
Initial,
right?
It
means start, it can mean begin. Initial means beginning, right? So this year, initial jobless claims means people who are coming into jobless claims, right? They're starting their claims as a new claim, right? Like you going to the job center and saying, listen, I'm out of job, I want to claim. Yeah. So these are the starting the news initial, yeah. And then jobless claims weekly average. This is the jobless claims of people who have been claiming for the past 4 weeks, right? Okay. And then continuing jobless claim are people who are still like claiming jobless claim from, like, let's say 3 years ago, from 3 months ago, from initially starting, let's say 2 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago, they're still continuing, right? Because you gotta understand, after this, they claim the first jobless claim. In a week, they might get a job and then come off it, right? So if it comes off it, guess what? This number is going to be less because they're not continuing anymore, right?
Yeah.
Because that's how you look at it, right? That's how you decipher all these and you understand what's happening, right? So it's going to take you a few minutes to understand it, but as soon as this news kind of open up, and straight away my eyes will be like, okay, cool. What do we have here? They were expecting, previously it was 246. They were expecting a decrease, right? But what happened? It came out as an increase, right? But higher than what they were expecting, but lower than previous. Yeah. Okay. So that's a good thing, because previously there was 246 and now we have 228, right? Which is good because it showed, okay, there's a decrease from previous, not from what they expected, but from previous, right? So all these pump here, they were expecting less, right? They were trying to push it, but obviously because it was rising and they're expecting less, yeah, it should mean they should go down because they're expecting good news, right? Because if it's less, it's good news, right? Yeah. It's pumping up because they're expecting, less, right? So that means it's obviously they're trying to take it up higher to take sales as it comes out in the law. So it's like a pricing concept, right? It's just the way they move it, right? But you don't take this buy, you wait for the news come out fast, and then you go with it, right? But that's how investors do. They when they know, let's say you have your money here, right? And they tell you like here they're gonna we should buy because there's more dollars coming in, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And now in the past 2 weeks that the dollar is gonna come in, and if you buy, you're gonna make money, right? What you're gonna do? You're not gonna wait until then. You're gonna start buying here, right?
Yeah.
Because you've been told that dollar's coming in, right? You're buying from down here. So all the way from here, waiting for the dollar to come in 2 weeks later, you've been buying, right? And then when the dollar comes in here and you've already bought, you're gonna push it just a little bit higher because you've already been buying for the past 2 weeks, right? But if the dollar doesn't come in and you've been buying, what's gonna happen? You're gonna sell, right? So it's almost like a pricing concept. So as they've been told last week that it will come out 200K, right, from previous 246. That's why the price has been going up, right? Because they're anticipating that expectation. Because this is always the expectation number. Forecast is always an expected number, right?
Yeah.
So investors will push the price expectedly, like a rumor, because they're greedy. That's why you hear me every time talk about these greedy whales, right? They're just greedy idiots, like as soon as they hear a little rumor, they will start pumping the market the other way. And then when the rumor is just false or it doesn't reach out, they will dump the market the other way. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
They greedy. That's what they do. They just greed. Greed, runs this market. So once you understand that thing, you're going to start laughing every time, And then
So that's what happened there as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
They'll bump the markets
and this only a little bit of a push. So they were expecting anyway this. So what happened here was this here. See this push liquidity? Yeah. They bought it because it came out a bit better than what they were. Sorry, it came out a bit worse than predicted, right? Because obviously last was 246, right? They were expecting less, which is good for the dollar, right? Okay.
Yeah.
And it came out 228, right? So 228 is bad for what they expected, which is the push, right? But then as is absorbed and saying, okay, you know what? That's even, better than previous. And that's where the liquidity grabs and they push it. Makes sense?
Yeah. So it's like you were saying, if you understand the news and stuff, you could
Yes, exactly.
just take a sell there if you understood.
Previous being worse, right? So any number coming lower than this is good for the dollar. Remember, this is jobless claims, right? This means people don't have work. This means the economy is shit. This means the job market is not going to be good, right?
Yeah.
So if the number came out, like I said, 250, that's bad. And this guy would have gone up, right? And the reason I'm looking at the initial jobless claims, because this one here is showing me the number of people initially in jobless claim. And then these ones here are lagging indicators because it comes after this, right? So every time we get new people claiming, they add up to these guys, right? And then here in the jobless claims, we can see that previously it was 1817, right? And 1823. That means there's more people continuing in jobless claim who have stayed into the claims, right? They didn't come out, right? But initially, this one here was better than the previous. So this here is what I'll focus on more. And that's why you see that they put 2 bars, which holds more strength. So out of these 3 news here, I will look at the initial one because this one is the one that's showing me the current economical stance, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, I think Zoom is about to close off, but if it does, I'll save this recording and I'll hopefully upload it on YouTube sometime. Yeah.
Yeah. What's your YouTube, by the way? Let me.
After uploading, I'll let you know. Yeah, because I don't need to.
Yeah, that's fine because I want to go over these videos, these Zoom calls again. Just memorize it as well. Yeah, it makes sense. I just need to practice it more.
Sure. And tomorrow, if I'm on chance, I'll let you know and we'll trade together. Yeah.
Yeah, just let me know.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, man. See you in a bit.
See you, bro. Take care, bro.
All right. Let me end this.